Assalamualaikum guys, this is Ms. Nahid Ghaffar and our today's topic is supply chain operations. Supply chain management, if I want to know about supply chain management, what is supply chain management? It's the management of supply chain network. So what do we mean by the supply chain network? It's a network of interrelated firms. And what do we mean by the interrelated firm or the network of interrelated firms? These are the firms which are related with the producer. ये इंटररिलेटेड फॉर्म्स हैं मगर किससे इंटररिलेटेड है प्रोड्यूसर से एंड हु इज प्रोड्यूसर producer is the one is the person or the organization or a country who manufactures something, some tangible item, or produces some services, can be called as service provider. That producer is a focus firm, means that firm is in observation to identify its supply chain. हमने इसको observation में रखा है ताकि हम इस producer की supply chain को identify कर सके. Okay. Then who are the interrelated firms? What are different interrelated firms? Guys, no organization can work in vacuum. This is your producer. That producer cannot work alone. So they need to work with the other firms. Those other firms are known as interrelated firms, and these other firms have their specific stages or the roles in supply chain network. Like उनके क्या roles हैं? They are called suppliers, distributors, retailers, logistic, and customers. So raw material, we have the raw material. Supplier purchase that raw material and deliver that, transform that raw material into some sort of product, and that is being purchased by the manufacturers, जिसको कि हम producer कह रहे हैं कि ये आपका जो प्रोड्यूसर है वो जो मेन फोकस कंपनी है, हम इसकी सप्लाई चेन आइडेंटिफाई करना चाह रहे हैं. देन दैट प्रोड्यूसर ट्रांसफॉर्म दैट प्रोडक्ट इनटू द फिनिश्ड गुड्स एंड sell it to the distributor sell it to the retailers, and retailer sell it to the final customers. Guys, I use the word logistics is a like storage and movement of the material with the help of the transportation, and that lies between every two stages. Supplier producer तक अगर आप देखें तो whatever producer is purchasing वो लॉजिस्टिक की मदद से मूव होगा, एंड लॉजिस्टिक इज प्रेजेंट इन बिटवीन मैन्युफैक्चरर एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, and material would be moved from distributor to retailer with the help of logistic, and from retailer to customer, obviously the logistic is there. Guys, there are some basic definition like जो अभी हमने बात की है. So we have heard the word product. What do we mean by the product? Products are the goods and services which are produced to sell in the market. There are two main types of the product, commodity and the services. Commodities are also called goods and they are tangible, whereas services are intangible. Producer is can be any organization, any company, any person, any country who produces this product. And what is production? Production is the process of producing goods and service. वो तरीकाकार जिससे आप goods and services produce कर रहे हैं. Like there are two main methods, like manufacturing of the goods and the operations for the services. There are two types: manufacturing. With the help of manufacturing, you can produce commodity. With the help of operation, you can produce services. What is process? We use this word. Process means the sequential activities or the step-by-step sequence of activities to achieve a specified target or objective. किसी end result को achieve करने के लिए आप move करते हैं one by one step से. Guys, और बात करते हैं हम कंपनीज की. अभी हमने बात की कि प्रोड्यूसर इज अ कंपनी. सो प्रोड्यूसर कहें, कंपनी, फर्म, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, बिजनेस, ऑल हैव अ सिमिलर मीनिंग. कंपनी इज अ कलेक्शन ऑफ department, and you can call it a department, you can call it a function, you can call it a process. So company is a collection of department, and you can categorize these department based on activity types. There are two major activities, which are primary activities and the secondary or the support activities. The departments which are carrying these primary activities are known as planning department, your source or the purchase department, your store, your make or the production department, your warehouse, which is also called distribution center, and the activity of the delivery being carried out with the help of sales and marketing department, and there is also a department which is known as return department. Guys, these are the some support or the secondary activities or secondary departments हैं कंपनी के अंदर. अकाउंट्स एंड फाइनेंस, HR, IT, एक्सेट्रा. एक बहुत मज़े की चीज़ मैं आपको बताऊँ. सर्विस प्रोडक्ट जो है दैट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ ऑल ऑपरेशन इन ईच डिपार्टमेंट। मेरी बात याद रखिएगा, मैंने कहा ये 30 डिपार्टमेंट्स, और हर डिपार्टमेंट में जो भी काम होता है उन तमाम एक्टिविटीज के नतीजे में सर्विस प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस्ड होती है। ठीक है, सर्विस प्रोडक्ट इज प्रोड्यूस एज ए रिजल्ट ऑफ ऑल द ऑपरेशंस इन ईच डिपार्टमेंट। अच्छा, इसकी कुछ शक्ल हम थोड़ा सा हम कहते हैं, आई हैव लाइक मेड इट मॉडल। जो मैंने डिपार्टमेंट्स की अभी आप बात की है दैट इज अ बिजनेस मॉडल, और मैं कोरिलेट कर रही हूँ। आई हैव मेड दिस मैट्रिक्स टू कोरिलेट द टू थिंग्स, द डिपार्टमेंट्स एंड द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और द ऑफ अ मैनेजर इन स्पेसिफिक ऑपरेशनल एरियाज के ऑपरेशंस के दरमियान में मैनेजमेंट प्रोसेस है, प्लानिंग, ऑपरेशन, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, कंट्रोल। इस प्रोसेस के दरमियान डिपार्टमेंट्स के दरमियान में क्या कोरिलेशन है। गाइस, आई हैव टोल्ड यू द प्राइमरी एक्टिविटीज and the support activities, these are department name of the departments, and so this arrow shows the department. You can call it a department, you can call it a function, you can call it a process जो हमने इस डायरेक्शन में शो किए। डाउनवर्ड साइड पे you can see the management process. You are the student of MBA and BBA. M and B are two management levels, two levels of the degree, like bachelor's and the master's, whereas BA stands for business administration. So you are here to learn the business administration, which is also known as management. And after you're completing your course, you would be a manager. So you would join any organization and you would be having some sort of designation in that organization where you have to perform some duties which are known as your JDs. ठीक है, आपका कोई काम होगा। इफ यू आर द पार्ट ऑफ द प्लानिंग डिपार्टमेंट, योर डेजिग्नेशन कुड बी CEO, GM, डायरेक्टर्स, एंड यू वुड बी परफॉर्मिंग strategic management operation. In source, which is known as sales and which is known as purchase and procurement department, you would be the manager of sales and purchase and procurement, and your JD would be to run the purchase operation. If you'll start working in a store, you would be the manager of the store, and your responsibilities or the JD would be to run stores operation. Similarly, if you are the part of make department, you would be production manager, would be running the production operations, and so on. Guys, you are the manager and you have to execute the management process, which is planning, organizing, implementation, control. Guys, in operations, I told you कि जो डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज आप एग्जीक्यूट करते हो, ये मैं अभी आपको थोड़ा सा इसकी तफसील आपको और फर्दर आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू। हियर आर द 10 क्रिटिकल डिसीजन एरियाज विच आर प्रोडक्ट, प्रोसेस, क्वालिटी, इन्वेंट्री, सप्लाई चेन, स्केड्यूलिंग, मेंटेनेंस, HR, फैसिलिटी, कैपेसिटी एंड द फैसिलिटी लेआउट, जो एक मैनेजर को कंसीडर करना होता है उस अपने सिस्टमेटिक ऑपरेशंस में एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए। देयर इज अनदर थिंग विच इज नोन एज 3 फ्लोर्स ऑफ सप्लाई चेन, और इसमें मटीरियल which are also known as inventory or stock, funds and information. We'll discuss it in details. Guys, I told you the activities, हर department में काम होता है, department को activities की base पे categorize किया गया है. This is the work in each department. Then what is active operations? Operations are the set of related activities to get a specific result. एक specific result के लिए जो activities का आपका set है, that is known as your operation, and these operations should be systematic. Why systematic? Because if you will work in a systematic way, you can achieve excellent result. So what is system? System is input, process and output. So how can I correlate this system in my operations? Guys, I have to I have shown you in my last slide the 10 critical decision areas. The area from 3 to 10 are known as business resources or the input. On number 2, you could see that process, which is the method of doing your work, and on number 1 there was a product, and your output is your product, and that is your end result which you make for the customer. There are possibilities your customer could be satisfied with your product, and there are possibilities that he might not be satisfied. If the customer gets satisfaction, the product would be accepted, else it would be rejected. Then what you have to do, you have to find out the feedback, you have to look the feedback, means you need to make some changes in process or in inputs. ठीक, so I have created the link between the system and the 10 critical decision areas. Guys, for this I took the help of two things. One is a score model, another is value chain analysis. A score model is being made by the PRTM in 1996, and this shows that these are the five main processes which every organization executes, that is plan, source, make, deliver, return, which I have shown in my model as a primary activities. And there are three flows of the supply chain, three elements which are material, funds, and information, which move in all the organizations. Informations means the IT technology which can be worked out with the help of ERP, enterprise resource planning, to create or to integrate all the functional activities information of the business in a software, and which gives you a technology enabled visibility, and this brings a supply chain excellence. Guys, we all know that what is the role of the planning to create the balance between the requirement. Source means to purchase, make mean to schedule your product and work in process to manage, and then delivery means selecting carriers, routing your shipments, and creating invoices, and you have to handle the returns, and you have to make all the things enabled कि आप इस काम को कैसे करते हैं. Guys, local supply chain to global supply chain, this is a wonderful model. Plan, source, make, deliver, and returns, you can like it into this way. So source means sourcing a raw material, you source it from a supplier. आपके suppliers के साथ externally आपके supply chain partner suppliers होते हैं. When you make a product, you work with the internal staff. When you deliver your product via distributor, retailers to the external customers, then you deal with the customers, or you get returns from the customers, और ये sales department उसको handle करता है, and you return to the suppliers अगर purchase department किसी किस्म का raw material. Guys, purchase दो तरह की है. That is a local purchase or a global or international purchase. Your international purchase is known as your import. Similarly, आपका marketing department जो delivery के function को handle करता है, customers के साथ deal करता है, and there are two types of sales which are local sales and international sales. International sales is known as export. Guys, you can find the details of your model value chain analysis, which is being developed by the Market Porter in 1979, और इनकी बहुत बेस्ट सेलिंग बुक थी. ये आपको हेल्प करती है किसी भी एक कंपनी की जो वैल्यू चेन है उसको एनालिसिस के अंदर. गाइस, कुछ थोड़ा सा नेमिंग में आपको डिफरेंस मिलेगा, बट आप इसको जब देखेंगे तो ये प्राइमरी फंक्शंस का जिक्र है यहाँ, और यहाँ सेकेंडरी सपोर्ट फंक्शंस का, which I have used in my model. और source is the department जो integrate करता है suppliers के साथ इसकी external supply chain network के अंदर, और प्रोडक्शन जो है मैन्युफैक्चरर है, और प्रोड्यूसर है वो आप कंपेटिटर्स के साथ डील होती है, देख रहे होते हैं एक्सटर्नली, डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज़ को वॉच आउट करते हैं, बेंचमार्किंग होती है. डिलीवरी, सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग जो आपके डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, रिटेलर, ये कंज्यूमर्स के साथ बात करते हैं. गाइस, ये डिफरेंट इंटर रिलेटेड कंपनीज हैं विच कोलैबोरेट ईच अदर to form a supply chain network for their mutual benefits, or they create a successful partnership to improve this customer service and to reduce the cost of product for whom? For the end user. So you have find this supply chain network. This is the supply chain network. Here is the manufacturer और जो suppliers के साथ deal भी कर रहे हैं, distributors के साथ, and then retailers and logistic, and then customers. Logistic is one of the most important area which connect every two stages: supplier, manufacturer, distributor, consumer. Every two stages are connected by the logistic, mean transportation. If you want to know about the supply chain, supply chain network partners के बारे में हम जानना चाहें, so producer is the main company, focus company, and I took the example of Nestle. अगर मैं इनके supply chain network partners को identify करना चाहूँ, there are two ways. There can be two types of supply chain network part. एक minimum है जिसमें suppliers हैं, producer और customers. Now supplier means the supplier of the producer, and the producer obviously the Nestle, and the customer means the customers of the producer means Nestle. Extended supply chain partners can be suppliers, producer, distributor, retailers, and customers. Distributor and retailers are the optional stages. आप इसे रखना चाहें तो आप इसे रखें. Otherwise you can exclude as per your product, as per the. So guys, अगर मैं थोड़ा सा देखूं तो मेरी focus firm जो है मैं उसकी supply chain को ढूंढ रही होती हूँ कि what whoever is my focus firm, I want to identify the supply chain of that organization, so that my focus firm would be at this stage of my producer stage, and I would be talking about suppliers, distributor, retail and logistic customers of that focus firm.